Hello YouTube, YouTube back with another package and pickups video, and annoyingly this is the second time I have to record this video, as even though my phone popped on and said that it was recording, it decided not to record. It lied to me. But anyway, enough whiffle waffle, on with the show, as it were. A few pickups this time, well, a few packages this week, and one local pickup. And that was a book, which is a bit different from me I suppose, but a Resident Evil book that I managed to find in a charity shop, and it's in pretty good condition. Not really sure why I'm showing you the back, because you probably won't be able to read it and there's no pictures, but whatever. I mean, sometimes books in charity shops can be fairly musty or whatnot, but this is okay condition. If you can make it out there, it has Forbidden Planet $10.99, so I didn't pay $10.99, that's for sure. It was 50 pence. As it was video game related, I figured I'd pick it up. Apparently it is, you're going to enter the world of survival horror through a book form. Intended for mature readers, based on the M-rated video game from Capcom. So there we go. Apparently what's the year on this? If it has one. Alright, it's actually quite old. Oh, and there's a whole lot of them. There's this one here, The Umbrella Conspiracy, and there's Calvin Cove, City of the Dead, Underworld, Nemesis, and Code Veronica. All published by Pocket Books, and this one is 1998, it seems. So there you go. And it's for Mike, so far. Evil Events from Evil Causes. Anyway, enough of reading the book in front of camera. The main package I was going to talk about is related to my last reproduction video, which I put up this week. A good friend of mine, Tears of Opa, asked me to make a reproduction, and he also sent on some kind of bonus game, shall we say, as a thank you, which he didn't have to, and I'm very grateful for. And there's some US bits. And the first up is something towards my US set itself, the exclusive set, and that's Astro Warrior. Now, kind of long-time viewers, or medium-term viewers, may remember me picking up this game before, but the cartridge was actually Hang-On and Astro Warrior, it wasn't Astro Warrior. So I needed to replace the cartridge, and I mentioned to Chris if he, happened to have any game spare or whatever, or if he came across the exclusives that I was looking to, keep me in mind type of thing. So very kindly he decided to throw it in, and along with, there was actually a few other games that were common stuff that I actually used to make reproductions. But yeah, that brings me down to 37, I'm going to say, on my collection list. It's nice to get that one properly marked off, because I didn't count the other one with the Duo cartridge. That's from a totally different release, so I was missing the card. And on top of that then, I have something to my variant collection. This is a US variant of Rampage, and as you can probably very clearly see, it's in a red box, which makes it stand out from the very distinct I'm a Master System cover, I've got the gold grid. There's a grid in this, it's red and yellow unusually, which matches the Rampage logo and really stands out. I'm sure some people go, oh, that's so wrong. But all of the Activision published games in America, of which there were 4, came in different colours. I think Cyborg, Justice, and Bomber Ray were black. Galaxy Force is kind of a silvery colour, and Rampage is red. So they're definitely on my target list, as it were. And again, perfect insides. And I like the label on Rampage as well. It's not just a plain text, which you see with most cards. And that's kind of what I do with my reproductions. I don't do it is still just white, but it has the game logo. So I prefer kind of having something a bit more popping on the label. My cards are very plain on Master System anyway, so it kind of needs something. And manual in great condition. But also, Chris has thrown in one of the Sega catalogs, and it's just gotten really dark in here. So if the lighting condition kind of goes down, that's why. So I love these catalogs, and this one here is this American Space Harrier catalog. There we go. That's the Take Hold of the Sega Adventure. And you can probably see a lot of, there's a Missile Defense, Great Football, Outrun, Space Harrier, Wonder Boy. Let's see, and Fantasy Zone with the little Opa of course. I love reading the back of these little descriptions. When we're at the internet and whatnot, these are kind of like a lifeline back in the day. And you know, you've so little to go on, but it does kind of, you keep imagining from the description what it's going to be like. I mean, they have actually Astro Warrior, and it says, your survival is threatened by a black universe full of enemy spaceships and dangerous warlords. You'll have to shoot straight. Your life depends on it. And as we can see, they weren't lying, because it is actually black with the big enemy ship spikes thing. Your life probably does depend on it. I better get playing that game, so if my life depends on it. They also have, on the left-hand column, because they've categorized them, the combo cartridges, 3-dimensional cartridges, 2 meg cartridges, the mega cartridge, but then they have the Sega card, and at the bottom of the Sega card pile, they have Woody Pop, which is actually an unreleased game. And right at the bottom it says there, Sega paddle controller is required for play, which of course never released, which is probably why they never brought the game over itself. I think I've folded this all arseways, which I tend to do. There we go, back in shape. I'll put that back. So, very happy to get that. I already have the American version of Cyborg Justice. Cyborg? No, Cyborg Hunter. So that's 2 of the American variants down. There's 2 more to go. Then one more bundle from eBay this time. And this was something that I picked up a little while ago, but there was a bit of to and from with the seller. So the first part was this game here, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And what I was looking for was another variant, so it doesn't bring down my my collection target list. But a wee willy winky, and you can see it's in good condition. And this is a US gold release, very notable. That's again differs from the typical box art. Similar, it has the grade, but it's US gold interpretation. And there we have the insides, again good condition. Now, sadly, I actually already had this version, but when I've actually creased the insert below. When I bought the game, it was from a reseller. It had this cover, and I was like, that's not what I bought. And to be fair, I got back onto him and said, look, you know, this isn't actually what was in the auction system or in the description. And what had happened was there was actually more than one item. I didn't see anybody had, you know, 1 of 2 available type of thing. So I picked it up and said, okay, well this will be, you know, the variant to go with this. And as you can see, this is the kind of standard Sega box with the, you know, square, you know, logo or square artwork area, action slants, and you know, then you have the area for the game logo. But to be fair to him, when I got back on and said, look, this isn't, is there something we could do or whatever, and he was very, you know, good about it and said, sorry, look, that was his fault, shouldn't have happened, and it was, you know, incorrectly listed. He should have known that and listed it, because he knew his stuff. Like, and at the back of this box here, the one he sent over had, and the Sega Master System Band 1. If you just go Sega Master System Band, it takes, yeah, rocking out music. But £4, pre-owned, and Games Crib. So I don't know, is that some sort of shop? Does he run a local shop or whatever? But he was very nice and said that, look, do you want me to refund you the money, or would you like me to try and find a replacement cover or whatever? And I said, well, ideally a replacement cover would be great, but do you want me to post this back over or what? Because and this thing about returns on distance buying, particularly on eBay, these games, this didn't cost very much. It would have cost me the same to post the back. And I said that to him, and he said, yeah, like it'd be pretty stupid to send it back because it would cut. There'd be no point even refund, or the amount. I could just buy another one. Basically, it'd be pointless to send it back. So he said, yeah, don't bother. That's fine. I'll find you another cover, and I'll send it off to you. And I just said, look, I'm only interested in the artwork. Don't bother. So I mean, what he did was he actually bought another game from another reseller, kept the inside, which is fine. I said to him that, don't worry about it. And he actually sent the box as well to keep it protected. And as you can see, then there are a few other little differences. One of the pictures is missing on the back, and there's different languages and whatnot. So there's actually a fair few differences. Even the spines, rather surprisingly, while the Sega one has the square front artwork image on the spine, which is normal, it then has just more plain text, which typically on this type of later artwork you do get the game logo repeated on the spine. So there we go. I was actually, despite the trouble, glad to get it into the collection because I'm trying to also pick up these variants, the standard Sega box variants. I have a few more to go, and I'm just kind of picking up when I can or when I see kind of deals. This was, I can't even remember, I got it with another game which we'll talk about, and then he combined shipping, so it wasn't much. And the other game, final game for today, is Buck Rogers' Countdown to Doomsday, which of course I've actually done a gameplay of because it's one of my friend's favourites, and I've actually bought it before, but I bought it for him, because it was actually for his birthday. I ended up it costing more than it probably would have done ordinarily. I didn't, for this one I was able to bide my time until I seen a decent priced one. I think I got the two of them for like a tenner, whereas that wasn't the case last time. But yeah, you have the typical EA box, nice enough front artwork, and I kind of always like the different colours, for the languages, and I do like the artwork, very Buck Rogers-y. And I came complete, in good enough condition too, although as it was an EA box I had to swap it out. But I didn't realise this at the time when I seen the auction. It came with this catalogue, Electronic Arts, whatever, there it is, 1993 catalogue. And you open it up, and it's basically a double-sided kind of poster style thing, like the Sega ones that they used to come with. And on this side here, let me get it out carefully, don't want to break it. You have, upside down, kind of the big hidden EA titles of the time: Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, Road Rash 2, it's on the bottom there, and whatnot, General Chaos, Bob, descriptions of their kind of big titles. And it's quite a large folder too. And on the back you have kind of their kind of catalogue, and I find it interesting that they have the typical EA Sports you'd expect, action games, strategy games, and then they have James Pond and Friends. So I suspect they were actually trying to build James Pond into kind of like their mascot character. And they have James Pond 1, James Pond 2, Robocod, so the Aqua games, and James Pond 3. But yeah, it never quite went that way. After, I think James Pond 3 was the last one. Never to be seen again. Of course, they've Roll to Rescue, another great game I did a gameplay of, and the Carmen San Diego games there, so good stuff. And I mean, most of it's in foreign languages, but each game has a nice little blurb, and it was enjoyable to read through, so that was a nice little bonus. Always like getting the catalogues to read through. I hate having to fold them back up because I usually make a total mess of it, which is no wonder these things kind of get torn around where they're folded. Oh. Ta-da! Magic! So there we go. That was kind of the packages for this week. Again, thanks to Chris for sending that stuff on. Really appreciate it. And helps certainly pick up the US stuff. It's easier when someone in the US is able to help you out with that. And yeah, again, people often say about sellers on eBay and whatnot, bad shipping. They don't, they overcharge. Throw it in bulk mailers if that's some of them, and I've had it myself where they'll just put brown paper bag over it and not properly wrap it. But I mean, sadly I can't remember his name, but his communication was great, fair price for shipping, and this was on buy it now best offer combination. So I said to him, look, will you do it for however much it was, shipped, and he said, "Yep, sold." So great guy, and given that he ended up having to send out a second cover, probably cost him as much in eBay fees and postage. So yeah, it was super. There's the bits from eBay and bits from the old US of A. And then I'm off to read me some high-end literature. So thanks as always for watching, and yeah, if you like, subscribe, and if you like, subscribe. I didn't actually mean the like button, but press that too. So anyway, until next time, bye for now.